With the fall of the infamous rogue agent, Erin, a new line of rogue agents were put into action to fulfill what he calls his legacy. With the first manhunt now concluded, what exactly were they trying to achieve? Molly Henderson, call sign Jupiter, was recruited by the division after proving herself in the private sector as a security consultant. Leaning on her 4-year military background, Jupiter excelled in combat and physical training exercises. However, she was noted as a potential risk due to her past involvement in militant activism. She had been part of a group that was later involved in the kidnapping and assault of a prominent business executive. Nevertheless, nothing could ever be tied to her, as she claimed to have left the group by the time of the incident, and all psychological evaluations supported this claim. Jupiter was activated as part of the division's first wave, and it was at this time that she first met Erin. Her status was changed to rogue after an incident in the New York quarantine zone, where 2 JTF officers were killed. Jupiter has since been linked to the murders of at least 15 JTF officers. Sometime after this, Kina returned to New York. He approached Jupiter and had her establish a team for a future attack that will be carried out in Washington, D.C.
We need to go now. Is our extraction set?
I got a boat waiting for you and your team in Jamaica Bay.
Are you sure you can't take the lead on this mission?
Your team is perfect. You work well together, and I know I can trust you to handle things in Washington.
Really wish you were coming with us.
I can't leave New York now. There's too much at stake. Besides, my team doesn't really play well with others.
That's fair. Still, we could use more bodies. Just in case things go sideways.
Don't worry. I won't let you go without backup. Conley's left you a present. You're gonna like it. Just don't forget to feed them.
One of the first agents that Jupiter got in contact with was Ryan Chang.
Mutual friend thought we might be able to help each other out.
This a secure channel?
Secure enough.
What's your name?
You want a call sign for this op?
Seems smart.
Plants, animals, zodiac.
Went to the planetarium last week. Always been partial to Mercury.
Fine. Mercury. Name's Jupiter. Nice to meet you.
Is it true you're working with the cleaners?
I've got access, but CONEY... Uranus is their real leader. Mars brought us together.
They're efficient. If I had a team like that here, we could have eradicated the outcasts in a couple of weeks.
That's the goal.
Mercury was recruited by the division from the military after earning a Silver Star in Afghanistan. He left the military and became a marketing manager for a tactical equipment company. Mercury was activated as part of the division's second wave, but was marked as rogue after reportedly torturing and executing prisoners. He has been described as intelligent and calculating, with a tendency for violent outbursts. Peer reviews regularly described him as being a bit difficult to work with. Earlier on, Mercury can be heard arguing with Kelso regarding the loading of supplies into a cargo plane.
We need to finish getting those supplies ready for transport.
This is a mistake.
The shipment goes out tonight.
We need this gear.
We have enough supplies. We're just moving the surplus. If the hyenas or the True Sons find out about this stockpile...
If the True Sons come for us, we will need these weapons to defend ourselves.
You're a good agent, Ryan, but I need you to help me out and just finish the job. We don't have time to argue about this. The plane's already on its way.
Mercury felt these supplies would be better used to help in the fight against the True Sons and the hyenas. The cargo plane in question would later crash onto Roosevelt Island. Not long after this incident, Mercury was marked as rogue. Chadwick Brandon, call sign Neptune, was a flight engineer at the time of recruitment and was activated as part of the division's first wave. His job was to contain the civil unrest in the early days and to secure the Midtown quarantine zone. Not long after activation, he ran into another agent called Mike. The two men started working together as a team, forming a tight bond. During his time with the SHD, Neptune set up a lot of the critical infrastructure at the base of operations, including a set of backup generators that could guarantee stable power and communications. However, when the retreat was called in the quarantine zone, Neptune and Mike were left surrounded by rioters, and no JTF to support them. While under heavy fire, Mike was gunned down, while Neptune only just managed to escape. Dismayed by the loss of his partner and close friend, Neptune held a grudge towards the JTF. He went on to sabotage the generators that he helped build in the base of operations, in turn killing 8 JTF staff members and injuring 23 more. After that, Neptune disappeared.
This is Division Agent Chadwick Brandon, reporting for Midtown Manhattan. Final Midtown sit rep. The JTF left us behind. We lost, I don't know how many agents because of it. People who relied on the JTF support but never got it. We were supposed to tackle this together, but when the shit hit the fan, it was clear we were on our own. Mike died because of them. We ran into each other when we first got activated. We worked well together. I wasn't there for him. No one was. And now I'll never see him again. We're not going to forget this.
Jupiter managed to track Neptune down and reached out to him.
They're looking for you.
Let them come.
You think you can handle it? When a full squad storms in and surrounds you?
I'm not going down without a fight. I'll take some of them with me.
You die, they win.
I don't give a shit anymore. This world can get fucked for all I care.
I know you're hurting. I'll leave you with your grief. If you're still alive and want to do something, you know where to find me. We can fuck the world together.
Initially, Neptune refused, but after he'd been given a little more time to mourn and think over it, he got back in contact with Jupiter. Lucy Anders, codenamed Venus, was a first wave division agent. Her status changed to rogue after she abandoned the mission, disappearing for 6 weeks. Investigations revealed that she had established her own safe house and was directly undermining the JTF's work by claiming critical drops in supplies destined for a JTF operations base. Later on, 3 division agents were dispatched to retrieve the stolen supplies. They managed to locate Venus, but 2 of the agents were killed, and the 3rd was seriously injured. This agent was able to survive and record an eyewitness account of the incident. Mary Masters, aka Saturn, was an attorney before she was recruited by the division. She was part of the first wave that was released after the dollar flu first struck. However, like many before her, she turned rogue not long after. Reports state that she shot down an extraction helicopter in Dark Zone West in Washington DC, killing 2 JTF pilots and a division agent. Her psychological evaluations indicate signs of trust issues and a lack of confidence in others.
Mercury, this is Jupiter. Come in.
This is Mercury.
We're set. Moving out tonight. Should be in your solar system in a couple of days.
What?
Code? We're coming to your neck of the woods. Should be there in a couple of days.
Oh. Why didn't you just say that?
We all set?
Yeah. Black Tusk invaded the island, but local agents cleared them. Doesn't appear our cargo has been discovered. We should still be good to go.
Great. You send me the coordinates?
Mars' network up and running yet?
Local test runs, but not system-wide. You should still be able to send direct messages.
Great. You need anything special?
If your intel's correct, we should have everything we need from the crash. Uranus is working on some new prototypes. Specs are saved on the network. Hopefully, we'll be able to test some of them once we get to Roosevelt.
Looking forward to it.
Jupiter's team were preparing for the mission. Supplies had been stockpiled and were being loaded into the safe house. One of these included a red package from Erin.
Jupiter, we got a care package from Keener. A red package.
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you want me to do with it?
Get rid of it. I don't want anything to do with that.
You sure? You saw what it could do at City Hall. This is the leverage Keener was talking about.
This isn't some kind of silver bullet, Saturn. It's a fucking bioweapon! We're doing this to eradicate a virus, not spread something even more dangerous.
Of course. You're right. I'll destroy it.
Just be careful. I don't want to find out you dropped it and killed the whole team.
Don't worry. I've got this under control.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Until they don't.
This package contained Keena's new supervirus that had been developed by Trinenko, but Jupiter wanted nothing to do with this. Regardless of what Keena had in mind, Jupiter's mission was still the same: to remove the virus. To do what the JTF and the government were incapable of doing themselves. She wasn't going to replace the dollar flu with an even more deadly virus. Before Jupiter's team could roll out, she needed to ensure that their communications and logistics would be robust. She needed someone to stay behind and hold the fort.
When do we leave?
I need you to stay back on this one.
You're kidding.
Look, Saturn, you know I trust you.
Yeah?
You're the best agent I've got. Venus can be a little unpredictable, and Neptune's barely keeping it together.
Can you blame him?
No. But that right there is why I need you here. You care about people. I need you to make sure the operation is secure.
Fine. What do you need?
Maintain the safe house. Keep comms open in case we need anything. You take care of the eclipse?
Yeah. Found a way to neutralize the dispersal mechanism, put it in a hole, blew it up, and buried the evidence.
I knew I could count on you. Next mission? You're with me in the field.
Jupiter couldn't trust Venus or Neptune to stay on track. Saturn was the most reliable option she had.
Alright, here's the deal. I know you're Conley's guys, I know you answer to her. But, until this operation is over, you answer to me and my crew. I don't want to have any problems. We have a long journey and a hard road ahead of us. But, if we do this, if we get this right, we will be that much closer to eradicating the disease once and for all. We have multiple reports of experiments trying to weaponize the virus being carried out with the blood of asymptomatic carriers. We need to eliminate this threat. We're going to locate the labs, samples, and these carriers to make sure the green poison is destroyed once and for all.
Their mission was to eradicate the green poison. Reports of experiments and weaponizing meant they were to focus on locating labs, samples, and carriers of the virus, and put an end to it once and for all. But with the introduction of the cleaners to the team, Jupiter found herself in an argument with Venus. She expressed her concerns about working with the fanatics, and that she didn't trust their intentions. In particular, Venus was having trouble with the leader of the cleaner backup, Barclay.
I can't work with Buchanan or Baker or whatever the hell that guy's name is.
You mean Barclay?
I can't understand anything he says in that stupid fucking mask.
What's the problem?
He doesn't respect me. His team doesn't respect me. If they don't listen to me, they're gonna get us all killed.
You're exaggerating.
I'm not, Jupiter. Come on, you know me.
Look, I can talk to him, but it's not going to make him respect you. You want him to respect you? Take care of it yourself.
Oh, I'll take care of it. I just needed permission.
Jupiter told her that they needed the backup, and that she needed to find a way of working with them, or that maybe she just wasn't suitable for the job at hand. So Venus took it upon herself to, rather than reason with the guy, to instead shoot him.
What the fuck did you do?
What?
Barclay's dead.
You told me to take care of it, so I took care of it.
I meant talk to him, not shoot him in the head.
I did talk to him. He yelled at me and reached for his axe. My response was measured and appropriate.
Is that true?
True enough. And now his team listens to me. So see, I took care of it.
You didn't take care of it. You were supposed to gain their respect, not their fear, Venus. They listen to you now because they're afraid of you, but as soon as they aren't afraid, you messed up. I thought you were better than this. Mercury?
Good to meet you, Jupiter. How was the trip?
Fine. Couple of rough patches. Had to put out a couple of fires. You know, the usual.
Everything set at the docks?
We should be good. Supplies are a little low, need to send a couple of strike teams out for food, water, and weapons, but we've got plenty of space, and the boys are looking for fuel.
You get me a list of what you need and I can help you make those strike teams.
You're good.
I'm efficient.
Jupiter's team was now in DC. Mercury initiated his attack on multiple sites, including the Capitol Building, Lincoln Memorial, Space Administration HQ, and Erin Space Museum, capturing a number of the control points in between, while Neptune focused on the western side of DC. Venus made moves in northeastern DC, capturing multiple sites of value in Downtown East, Federal Triangle, and Judiciary Square, while Saturn continued to hold down the safe house in New York. One by one, the division was able to locate the rogue agents in DC, including Saturn's whereabouts in Lower Manhattan. Although they put up a strong fight, the division agents were quickly able to eliminate them. While this was happening, Jupiter was still running point on the main mission. While her team was being hunted down and killed by the division, Jupiter was on Roosevelt Island. She was securing a newly developed EMP technology from a cargo plane that had crashed there some time ago. Combined with VIVIAN CONLEY's technology, these new EMP jammers were able to neutralize all non-rogue SHD tech and completely removed an agent's armor. Jupiter's goal was to capture this tech, get it operational, and ship it out to rogue agents nationwide. This would cripple the remaining SHD agents around the country. The purpose of her team of agents and the accompanying cleaners was to distract the division while she prepared Roosevelt Island. However, the division reacted faster than Jupiter was prepared for. The agents managed to overwhelm the rogues and push the cleaners back to the island, where Jupiter was forced to make a last stand. She ordered the cleaners to utilize all available EMP jammers to put a stop to the fast approaching agents. But it was too late. The division pushed through the defenses, destroying the EMPs, and found themselves face to face with Jupiter. And eventually, after a long battle, embarrassingly longer than I'd like to admit, the agents put a stop to her plans, killing her in the process. And this about sums up the first stage in Keena's so-called legacy. I by no means think that this is the last that we'll see, as upcoming seasons open up, but I did enjoy the small amount of story this has added, especially how it showed that they didn't all buy into Keena's extreme methods, with his introduction of a new and improved virus. This also fed into something that we've been wondering about since early on after release of the game.
Hey, Jupiter.
Kinda busy.
I know. We found something kind of strange.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Yeah, there's like a room down here.
The escape tunnel? Yeah, I saw it.
No, not that. It's a room with... My guys and I were sterilizing, burned some altar-looking things, and we accidentally opened this room.
You what?
Yeah, it's like some kind of shrine or something. Big-ass bird statue, looks kind of like an owl. The name Moravian mean anything to you?
I'll be right there.
It doesn't give us anything to work with, but it certainly shows that there's more to the story, hopefully to be expanded on in future editions. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this story time with NGN. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!